The relationship needed to be put back on the right track anyways, but of course now that we have the Trump Accelerator in play, there's even more urgency behind building relationships that are reliable, that are trustworthy. It is a very significant trip. It will allow to consolidate the reset that the two prime ministers initiated last year on the margins of the G7 here in Canada. We'll see most likely some MOUs and other things around the defense sector. This is a new area for Canada-India engagement. We haven't done too much in the past. I'm also expecting big announcements around AI, innovation and technology, given that we just had the big AI Impact Summit. Yes, so the foundation is dedicated to Canada-Asia relations. We have been working on Canada-India relations for a number of years, but in the last 2 years, we focus on achieving a reset in the relationship and reestablishing dialogue, including among, obviously, government channels, but also business, civil society. So we engage quite a bit. We've had a number of Track 2 dialogues, Track 1.5 dialogues. I'm in India multiple years and look forward to coming back again next week for Raisina.
The Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney is visiting India next week, and this visit comes at a time when both countries are looking for a reset in the relationship. How significant is that according to you?
It is a very significant trip. It will allow to consolidate the reset that the two prime ministers initiated last year on the margins of the G7 here in Canada. It will also allow to elevate and expand the partnership. So elevate the relationship and expand the partnership in areas not only around economic and commercial engagement, but also cultural ties, technology, innovation discussions, educational ties, as well as people-to-people and defense ties. So it's a really robust agenda that the Prime Minister has. He'll be meeting, of course, with Prime Minister Modi and other government officials, but also with the business community. And he'll be speaking about Canada's overall foreign policy vision, as he did in Davos with his now famous speech, but also about the relationship of Canada and India and where we can go from here.
In terms of deliverables, what can we expect? You mentioned about defense, energy. How much will be focused on these areas?
Yes.
And how significant are these in the relationship?
So there are a number of tracks. We will see some progress on the Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement, which both sides confirmed that they will be negotiating last year. So that's a really important discussion. Then we'll see some announcements in energy sector. Canadian Energy Minister participated in India's Energy Week at the end of January, so a few things have been prepared for the Prime Ministers to announce. We'll also see announcements in the education sector. We had 21 Canadian university presidents visit India in February, so there are some things being prepared, and I think we'll see announcements around that. We'll see most likely some MOUs and other things around the defense sector. This is a new area for Canada-India engagement. We haven't done too much in the past. But Canada just launched a big defense industrial strategy. It's interested in partnering, including with partners in the Indo-Pacific, around exports as well as co-production. So we'll see where that goes. We also have shared interests around maritime security, of course. Canada has an Indo-Pacific strategy. India was identified as a critical partner in that strategy, but of course things got derailed during the crisis. So this is a time to put that back on track and see what we can do in that sector. I'm also expecting big announcements around AI, innovation and technology, given that we just had the big AI Impact Summit. And again, we had a Canadian delegation, so more will come from that. So I think there will be a number of announcements, but most importantly, this is about rebuilding trust. This is about putting the relationship on a new footing. This is about sharing Canada's foreign policy, new approach to partnerships, and India is going to be a big part of that.
Just last question. This visit also comes at a time when both countries, India and Canada, looking to diversify, whether it is energy supplies, trade. How significant is this visit in that context?
Absolutely. Ottawa has a really strong focus on diversification, as does New Delhi. The relationship needed to be put back on the right track anyways, but of course now that we have the Trump Accelerator in play, there's even more urgency behind building relationships that are reliable, that are trustworthy, and that benefit the national interests of both countries.